So this day 2 after the higher self ritual, this is the information that is coming through, and this information is coming through. I'm channeling from my spirit guides. This information is only coming through because of the higher self ritual. So if you question it or you doubted it, you get to see what's happening by us sharing the day-to-day things, tidbits, downloads, light codes, activations, and just things that we're observing and noticing and discerning. So this information, I definitely would say that it's because of the ritual of integrating with my higher self. So the first thing I want to say is you have to give your higher self an assignment. If you do not give your higher self an assignment, how do you expect to see the greater works? Without an assignment, there are no greater works. Without an intention, there will be no outcome that's desirable, that aligns with your higher self. You have to give your higher self the opportunity to show you that it is integrated with you, okay? And that you are able to be better and live your best life and be a better you. An example of this would be if you said that what you wanted to manifest would be more love and more compassion. So challenge yourself. That day, you always check in with yourself, see how you doing, where you at. Throughout the day, say, have I been operating in love? Have I been operating in compassion? If you haven't been operating in love and compassion, then you will know, okay, my higher self has not been the one in the driver's seat today. I need to put my higher self in the driver's seat. So I am setting an intention to operate out of my heart today. I am setting an intention to operate out of compassion today. What would I be doing right now if I was operating out of my heart? If I was operating in the modality of love and compassion? What would I be doing right now? These are the questions you ask yourself, and then you take an inspired action. By doing this, you are giving your higher self the opportunity to step up and show you who you are at your greater potential. The next thing, and that's one main reason why people are disconnected from their higher selves, because they don't challenge themselves, they don't question themselves, they don't even let other people challenge and question them. And when you don't let challenges and questions come through so that you can master yourself, they're going to come through anyway in the form of triggers, arguments, tension, anything going on that's going to be frustrating you, anger, being temperamental, saying mean things to people, being a smart aleck, being passive aggressive. All of these things are characteristics of ego and lower self. And so if you are resisting the change that's needed for your higher self to be the one in the driver's seat in your life, it is absolutely because you are refusing to see yourself, you are refusing to challenge yourself, and so it's going to just happen anyway in the form of triggers. And this is how the universe is calling you to be your higher self. So if you want to know how to be a healer, 9 times out of 10, either you're going to find out that you're sick. It could be physical, mental, emotionally, or someone else around you. That is an opportunity for your higher self to teach you how to be a healer. So in order to get what it is we're asking for, the law of attraction works by giving you the opposite of what it is that you desire. Okay? Opposites attract. Okay? So the next light code, this is light code number 2, which was, how do you get to your higher self? How do you get there? What route must you go to get there? Most people probably would not be able to answer this question. I couldn't before I got this download. The way to your higher self is through your shadow self. If you do not go into the deep darkness of your subconscious behaviors and thought patterns, there is no way for you to get from point A to point C without going through point B. So the false self and the person that we have had to be to cope and to survive will be like point A. Point B would be the ego and the shadow self And its job is just to protect you, even at the expense of other people's feelings, other people's what's in the best interest of them. This could be your children, your spouse. Your ego and lower self don't give a damn about none of that. All it know is I am here to make sure that I'm protecting. So if being defensive is protecting, if being an asshole or a bitch is protecting, if just being disconnected and detached emotionally and detached from your heart is protecting, that's how you're going to be. Because that is your survival mechanisms put in place by the ego to survive the things that you went through, okay, to prevent you from being wounded. However, we have to come out of that. There is no more guarding yourself from wounds. We have to venture into the wound and to allow these wounds to heal. So to get to point C, which is the higher self, your higher potential than who you have been, you have to go through point B, which is the shadow self and the ego. This is done by realizing the things that you do, how you are, who you are, the way you respond to situations, the way you react, the way you treat people, monitoring your thoughts, monitoring how you feel, okay? And if you have a hard time facing the negative attributes about yourself that you don't like, and if you're still in the place of being defensive and getting angry when somebody brings something to your attention, then that's you saying, I don't want to have anything to do with my shadow self. I don't want to see it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want nobody to point it out to me. I would rather just pretend like it's not there. Leave me in my illusion, because this is too uncomfortable right now. That's not being accountable. And when you don't be accountable for the things that you create in your life and manifest and attract, you are automatically going to be disconnected from your higher self. Because your higher self is always accountable. Your higher self is always able to see from a perspective of some type of way. I attracted this into my life. I have to be accountable for that. Okay, yeah, that was really rude right there. I'm accountable for that. I apologize. I have to be accountable for that. Your higher self is responsible. Your higher self is accountable of the good, of the beneficial and the harmful things. Okay? So, in order to do that, you must venture into the shadow self. Now, let me give you something from a book that most of us have read, or read some of, that confirms what I'm saying to you, because I like to give some resources. How did Christ get to heaven? Christ had to go to Hades. He had to go to hell first. He couldn't go from the cross straight to heaven. He had to go down, underworld, shadow self, abyss, darkness, hell. That is the only way that he was able to do what? Ascend, be resurrected. And so as your ego self is being told, you can't be in the driver's seat of my life anymore, because that's not where I am, and I'm going through an awakening, and I'm becoming whole, and I'm integrating all parts of me so that I can be whole and healed and not fragmented. In order for you to do that, you got to go there. Now, this is what's really deep, and this was just really, really good when this came through. And I was sitting over here nodding my head to my spirit guides, and Ernest was like, babe, and I was like, oh yeah, my spirit guides just told me something. The earth. What is Mother Earth doing right now? Mother Earth is doing shadow work. She's doing shadow work by disarming the shadow government. She's doing shadow work by allowing things to be purged that are not healthy for the new earth, for the new higher consciousness and dimensions. She is going into the abyss. That's why you see a lot of darkness coming to the surface. You see a lot of scandals coming to the forefront. Mother Earth is even doing shadow work right now. And there will always be an as above, so below. There will always be these things that are parallel between your experience, your personal experience, and the collective experience, and the experience of Earth and the cosmos. Okay? Now, let me give you some confirmation of that from a book. I feel like most people who follow us have read this book. In the Bible, it talks about the abyss. It talks about the woman riding the dragon. It talks about how it's going to open up, and these locusts are going to be on the earth, and these scorpions with hair like women. And it talks about all of this darkness just unraveling and opening up. That's shadow work. That right there was a prophecy foreseeing. So when you look at the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, Armageddon, abyss, these are words that are synonymous with things that are hidden, things that have been hidden, things that have been in the subconscious, things that have been covered up with all kinds of filters and illusions. All of that shit, the veil is down. All of that shit is coming to the surface. Yeah, that's what that is. The Armageddon, the abyss, the apocalypse, that is what's been hidden. It's coming out. It's coming to the surface. Ain't nothing hidden no more. The darkness that has been parading around, wrapped in this cute little outfit and bow of light, is saying, nope, let me show you what I really look like. So yes, it's even in the prophecies of what we call the end times that this great darkness opens up. And when you really look at the mark of the beast, you know, when you think of all of these things, this is all speaking to, on a collective level, the shrouded darkness. The things that appeared to be light, we have learned were actually darkness. And the things that we thought was darkness was actually the way that you get to the light, that you receive enlightenment. So these are some of the things that will help you integrate with your higher self, and to finally be able to get past a lot of the stuff that just kept you stuck. That's a lot. Take some notes, jot this down, journal. I am so determined to help people be their higher selves and live their best lives. Like, it's either all or nothing. This has got to be straight Mamba mentality all day long. And I'm really thankful that I have experienced so much darkness in my life, because without that darkness that I've experienced, I wouldn't be able to bring enlightenment like this. So I hope that this finds you in a place where this speaks to you and it helps you and it resonates and helps you to lift your vibration, and for you to see that you have a lot of power. And we have been disempowered for a very long time, most of our lives, but we are worthy. We are worthy of every good thing. You hear me? You are worthy of every good thing. You are worthy of every great works. Christ said that we will do even greater works than he did. So if he was able to go, not only did he go to Hades, but he went down there and helped other people who was there so that they wouldn't have to be there anymore. This is what it means to have Christ's consciousness. Christ's consciousness was the Bible teaching us about what it means to be your higher self. As we always say, man, your third eye has just been kissed. Peace.